Alright, here we go. Another episode for the WR3D Ruthless Discussionary Universe mode. As this is now Smackdown Week 1, but instead of coming out on Friday, which was yesterday, like what I originally intended to, this is going to be uploaded on Saturday, and also being done on Saturday, which is right now, today, so yeah. I'm going to go by it on a weekly basis, so Raw Week 2 will come out on Monday. Smackdown Week 2 hopefully comes out on Friday, stuff like that. So this is going to come out on a whole weekly basis, unlike Booking Revolution Universe mode, in which where it's all around the place. It comes out like once or twice every month, or like, I don't know, multiple times a month or multiple times a week. It really just depends. Next episode of Universe mode will be CW Week 20, so yeah. Then after that, we got SmackDown, then we got NXT, then we got NXT TakeOver, then we got SummerSlam. So yes, the build up to that, taking forever, but whatever. Anyway, kick things off. Tag team titles on the line. The Road Warriors, they take on Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman. This is gonna be similar to what I did for Raw, in which we had the Hardy Boys take on Big Show and Kane for the World Tag Titles as the first matchup. So same like Raw. The third matchup for Raw was the Intercontinental Championship. Third matchup for SmackDown will be the United States Championship. And the fifth and final matchup, the main event for Raw, was the WWE Championship. Same thing for SmackDown for the World Championship and a Fatal 4-Way as well. So as we run through the match card, Road Warriors take on Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman for a tag titles here. Second matchup will be Hardcore Holly taking on Christian. Third matchup will be for the US title, Chris Benoit and Booker T for the vacant US title, of course. Fourth matchup will be JBL and Johnny Nitro. And the fifth and final matchup will be for the World Title and the Fatal 4-Way. Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero, Batista, and Undertaker. So yeah. We shall see which Fatal 4-Way is better, Raw's or SmackDown's. Raw, they had Cena, Triple H, Michaels, and Kurt Angle. SmackDown, they have Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero, Batista, and Undertaker. So that right there is a pretty good main event scene right there. And right now, an animal superplex to Rey Mysterio. Well, Rey, he walked into that one, didn't he? Into a cover now. 1, 2, and wait, hold on. Okay, wow. Tag team champions are the Road Warriors. There we go. That happened. The Road Warriors, Animal, just single-handedly buries Rey Mysterio right there. And the Road Warriors are the tag team champions. That's the quickest matchup we've had so far in Universe mode, and that was a complete squash match. That was like, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Probably even a minute match? I don't even know. Wow, that sucked. Yeah, so second matchup, to see who climbs up the rankings, Christian and Hardcore Holly. This shall be interesting. Raw's power rankings matches were the second match, which was Daniel Bryan and Kevin Nash, and the fourth match, which was it was what? Dolph Ziggler and Mick Foley. So yes, the Ziggler and Mick Foley one was amazing. So Hardcore Holly and Christian, this is gonna be an interesting contest. Let's see who's gonna get the upper hand. Christian, couple strikes to Hardcore Holly. Hardcore sends Christian off the ropes. Christian, okay, Hardcore just gonna miss the dropkick. Christian now off the ropes into a springboard. He misses his respective dropkick, and we now take a reset in this matchup as Christian gets back up. A couple strikes to Hardcore. Hardcore takes him down with one simple strike right there. The advantage for this one, for strength at least, definitely goes to Hardcore Holly, as now wearing down the leg of Christian. So as you see, this episode of SmackDown is like 5 minutes. No, 4 or 5 minutes. I think 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes shorter than the episode of Raw that I uploaded on Monday. Last week, Monday, of course. So yeah. So it's gonna be around like 30 minutes, like half an hour to like 45 minutes for each episode of Universe mode. Same like Booking Revolution, pretty much. There's one thing for Booking Revolution Universe mode. Back then it was like split into multiple parts, and then after that it was like made into like some short 8-9 minute parts with only one matchup. And then after that we switched from like 4 matches to 5 matches to 6 matches. And then we went back to 5, stuff like that, all matches. Yeah, the matches was like all over the place. Sometimes there were 5, sometimes there was 4, sometimes there were 6 matches on the show. So it was all over the place. Stable foundation for 5 and Wrestling Illusion 3D, at least, hopefully you can stay at that. And for Booker Illusion, it stays stable at 5. It's been staying like that for a while now. Hopefully I could keep it like that and not change it back to like 4 or 6, stuff like that, make it transition. I think at one time I also had that 7, but back then when it had those like 6 matches, the majority like took like 38 minutes. 38 minutes on average for the show. Smackdown Week 10 took 56 minutes exactly. So that was the longest regular episode outside of pay-per-views. And that was the longest episode in... Okay, no, it wasn't. It was the second longest. First longest was the Bound for Glory Smackdown exclusive pay-per-view, which was a while back. So, yeah. So, as I stopped talking about the Booker Illusion, you were smoked, but we still need to do ECW. Getting closer to not Smackdown, getting closer to SummerSlam. And also, NXT TakeOver, so yes, that should be good. SummerSlam and TakeOver are probably going to most likely be split up into multiple parts, since I'm not sure how much space this phone could take up all at once. So we'll split it up into multiple half-hour or 40-minute parts. I think the phone could barely even take like 45 minutes, to be fair. So, but at least I could maintain that. So like half an hour to 45-minute parts, multiple of them. 10 matches for SummerSlam. The pre-show will have its own separate part, so that's good. And TakeOver will probably just be split up into like 2 or 3 parts, 4 to 5 matches, I don't know. As Hardcore High now with the leg lock submission, that is wearing down Christian once again. Gonna make it difficult for Christian to just simply walk around. Christian, however, he is very close to the ropes here. Just has to inch in a little bit more, and he does. Hardcore now power slam to Christian. And we'll, of course, main event fail for the World Heavyweight Championship later on tonight. That should definitely be exciting. Orton, Guerrero, Batista, and Undertaker. That's a great Ruthless Aggression era type stuff right there. Same like for Raw's fail for it. Of course, if you guys didn't watch Raw Week 1, might as well watch it first before watching this episode of SmackDown, because that's where I like explain the whole basis of this whole universe mode. As Hardcore High's finisher is apparently the curb stomp. And now after ropes, nails, no, will drop immediately after Christian. He's getting squashed here, gonna be completely honest. But of course for Rob, so in the beginning of the first matchup, which was for the world titles, the High Boys and Big Show and Kane, I basically talked about the whole foundation for this whole universe mode and how it's gonna go. So yeah, you guys should watch that, or at least the beginning, at least the first matchup for the Rob, so because that's where I explain everything pretty much. And now Hardcore High just simply kicks Christian to the back. Christian falls right to the outside. This could be a count-out victory for Hardcore High. Not like we had, like what, 2 count-out victories in the Raw episode. We did. I'm not gonna spoil which ones, but you guys should right now if you watched the Raw episode at least. Or no, or did we have 3? No, yeah, we had 2. Drop kick into, okay, never mind. Her crowned by Hardcore Holly to Christian. And now Christian trying to fight back here. Gets punched down for his troubles and misses the elbow drop. Does Hardcore. But takes him down with whatever that whole maneuver was. I might as well just start talking about random stuff in the channel, because why not? So, for Wrestling Illusion 3D, I know I did like I did a whole fantasy universe, which was the whole Payback pay-per-view back in like December I did, and it was like customized matches, stuff like that. All of it was choreographed. The CPU did absolutely none of it. I did all of it, controlling both wrestlers for all of them, and controlling multiple camera angles. Yeah, that took a while. It took multiple days to produce all the parts, to produce all the matches. 8 parts for all 8 matches, and then after that, highlights. The highlights took forever as well, because I didn't even pick the parts, I just like randomized the moments, but I just had to make sure if it didn't properly randomize the match, and then so I at least had to fix that, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, but we did have Tetsuya Naito versus Sami Zayn in the 90 plus subscribers special, so that was good. So yeah, it was like a short 4 or 5 minute matchup in the 90 plus sub special. So yeah, that was the latest video. Of course, you guys can check the channel and watch that if you haven't. But it's Sami Zayn and Tetsuya Naito. That easily is a great matchup if it ever happened in real life. The game didn't make it all that good, but it was still a matchup either way, I guess. along with like the random matches I did, which was only like Sting versus Randy Savage. And Christian, he's on the verge of getting counted out. Yeah, he's definitely gonna get counted out here on count of 9. Hardcore Holly. Now he's just gonna be spamming the count, seeing like Dolph Ziggler did Mick Foley. Okay, I spoiled what happened in Raw, didn't I? Where suplex and stomp, elbow drop. There we go. Hardcore Holly is the winner for the matchup. Now, third matchup, United States Championship on the line. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be very good. Chris Benoit, Booker T. Benoit and Booker T, one of these two men will become the United States Champion for the SmackDown roster. The first ever United States Champion for the SmackDown brand / roster in this year's mode. So this is gonna be exciting. So this is almost like, well, this is exactly like real life back in 2005, where Booker T and Chris Benoit had the best of 7 series for Benoit's U.S. title. So yeah, this is basically mimicking that whole thing, I guess. Alright, now here's one thing I have noticed, and this is like completely random, and I know I probably have said it a couple times for like random videos and stuff like that. I don't know which ones specifically, but I don't know where. How much I mention of how my voice sounds so weird every time I record it. This is, of course, it's not my real voice. It sounds so weird in the recording, which is why, of course, this would be way easier if I wasn't always recording on the mobile device. Because if I like recording on something else, life would be easier, at least to enjoy the video a little more. Because this is nothing like my real life voice, to be fair. Anyway, now Booker T rolling out the ring already, trying to escape from Benoit with German suplex. Booker T suckers Benoit in. And now it's Booker T with the upper hand here. Benoit falling to the outside on the concrete floor. Just missing the padding, but Benoit's still trying to gain the upper hand here with the snapmare. And now has the steel chair. Booker T taunts right in front of him. And well, Booker T has paid the price. Steel chair is legal on the outside of the ring, but as long as it's not used as a weapon in the inside of the ring, it's pretty legal. By that I mean that you could like slam, for example, Benoit could slam Booker T onto the chair, and that would not count as a disqualification, unless Booker T or Benoit is to physically use it in their hands. And now Benoit getting a couple strikes for his troubles, but anyway, Booker T taunting again, and that catches up with him. Booker T, not all that wise, taunting right in front of Chris Benoit. Of all people, Booker T should know this, but he's not acting all that smart in this matchup so far. Of course, for the United States Championship, I guess Booker T getting a little bit too excited here, perhaps. Back suplex by Benoit takes down Booker T. And now Benoit has the legs. Perhaps was going to go for a sharpshooter attempt, but Booker T was able to just reverse it in time. Benoit now sunset flip, counter by Booker T though. Benoit, one awkward just miscalculation there in the move by Booker T, and Benoit Covesi just snapped his neck, falling down off the sunset flip. A failed sunset flip until Booker T was able to counter. But now Benoit rose drill. He better not use it. If Benoit was to use the chair, he will get squat and Booker T will become the first ever United States Champion for this year's mode, SmackDown wise. And now Benoit off the ropes goes Booker T into the steel steps. Well, it's like Booker T just ricocheted off the ropes. Benoit able to calculate that one. Not sure if he planned that one or not, but German suplex by Chris Benoit. And now sharpshooter. That's what he originally went for a couple of seconds ago. Booker T trying to create some separation. Rolls out to the ring. Doesn't he roll to his feet? Just rolls and just simply lets himself fall onto the mat on the outside. The padding on the outside. And Benoit misses the strike. Booker T somewhat connects with the bicycle kick. Barely, but still does. Benoit will strike. And now has him. Booker T counters. Couple strikes there. Benoit on top of the rope here, trying to calculate something. Drop kicks the steel steps. Booker T gets some of it as well. It's like Benoit, his feet just pushing the steel steps on top of Booker T. And now sharpshooter by Benoit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Kobayashi wrote only if Benoit could have held on for for a longer period of time. And then Booker T probably would have tapped out right there. But no, Benoit going to try to go for it again, perhaps? Nope. Booker T able to reverse it, where Benoit was going to go for it that time. And now Booker T, the one who's left standing or not. Benoit, he's been controlling this matchup for a very long time so far. For the majority of this matchup, Benoit has been controlling it. Booker T looking, trying to gain the upper hand here. Not able to, though. As he ricochets off the ropes, Benoit just going to let him fly. Or let him run, and well, Booker T trying to counter. Runs into a side hell takedown, and Chris Benoit wants to give him the upper hand. Of course, Benoit has the crippler crossface. Could easily pull it out of nowhere. Easily win the matchup. What a strike. Elbow drop shortly after. And Chris, sharpshooter or not, has him up. Sunset flip this time. A successful attempt. 1, 2, and so close. Just 2 3/4 at that point. Benoit has him up. Shoulder tombstone. That's his finisher. What? Booker T looks like he has a rope break. On count of 1, okay, he gets a rope break. I was about to say. Booker T almost got screwed there. His feet was originally under the ropes before the count of 1, I think. So, but it was like barely touching it there. Booker T almost got fully screwed out with the matchup right there, especially if he wasn't able to kick out. Benoit now trying to wear him down for the crippler crossface, perhaps with the camel clutch. Off the ropes goes Booker T, or over the ropes he goes. Benoit now on the top of the rope on the ring apron and takes him down. Surprising enough, both Booker T or Benoit, they do not fall off. Surprising. This is a very precarious position here for both men, as of course very short amount of space on the ring apron, so one of them could easily fall. One misstep even can make them easily sent crashing down onto the padding, or depending on the way they actually fall, over the padding. As see right there, Booker T on the verge of falling down. Benoit also on the verge since he's standing up, and now, okay, both these men switching spots apparently. Benoit went inside the ring, Booker T stood on the ring apron, and then that vice versa. Booker T now holding on to his rib, to his hip, and now headlock to Benoit. Of all the moves he could have done, well, headlock, not the best move, not the best of moves to pull off against Benoit in a situation like this, because Booker T, he needs to do as much grapples or strikes at long distance ones as he could, not submission, especially because that's what Benoit thrives on. And now has him up, shoulder tombstone again to Booker T. Benoit add an insult to injury here. Not gonna pin him off the shoulder tombstone, but instead a sleeper hold. And now, as it turns into a coquina clutch, Booker T, he's felt this before from Samoa Joe, but that's in real life. But anyway, wow, can't believe Booker T didn't tap out of that. Booker T, he's still surviving. He's very resilient in this matchup, not gonna lie. Benoit could easily pinned him off the shoulder tombstone. Didn't want to though. Booker T holding on to his face for a short second there. He is definitely weakened. He's been weakened throughout the majority of this matchup. It's been mostly Chris Benoit. If you had the highlights of this matchup, you'll mostly see Chris Benoit. And now, Booker T, imagine if he's able to pull off victory with that coquina clutch for a short second. Shortly, let's go though. And now Booker T, trying to wear him down here, trying to figure something out, picks him up, and takes him down with the Rainmaker. Okada is rolling in his grave, and Okada's not even dead. Who can? That wasn't that bad of a Rainmaker. Where? But Benoit, upper hand here, has steel steps. This is legal inside the ring because it cannot be used as a physical weapon. Well, at least not in the game. So, yeah, it can only be used as a piece of furniture to throw your opponents on top of. Booker T now wearing down the arm of Benoit. This matchup has been going on for a while, only because Benoit, on a couple occasions, if you ask me, has decided to not finish the job against Booker T. But that could probably all come to an end right now. This feels like it's getting to a closing stages at least. 8-minute, 26-second mark for the matchup so far. And Booker T takes him down. Well, a curb stomp, but Benoit, his face just bounced off the steel steps, doesn't care. And what? What? That makes sense. Yeah, sure. Chris Benoit's United States champion. Booker T could have pinned Benoit, but it didn't happen because reasons. I got questions. I got so many questions. Benoit just no-sold it and then pinned Booker T. What disrespect. Anyway, JBL and Johnny Nitro, second and last matchup here, fourth matchup of the night. Of course, next up after this matchup, the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship Fatal 4-Way. But before that, we could perhaps see this is a power rankings match for perhaps either the US or the WWE. I mean, not the world title, to see who could soon get closer to getting it. Our Nitro or our JBL along with the Hardcore Holly and Christian matchup. So Hardcore Holly, he's closer than Christian and getting a title shot for pretty much the US or world title. So yeah. Anyway, Johnny Nitro and JBL, some mixed wrestling styles here. Nitro, of course, very athletic. Of course, very charismatic and also very high flying. Not to mention, he also will win in the speed category. JBL, of course, very tough, very resilient, along with Nitro. But of course, JBL most likely wins in the power game if you had to compare power comparisons between JBL and Johnny Nitro. So this is going to be interesting here. As Nitro immediately with a crypto crossface, or just a regular crossface to JBL. Benoit didn't even do that once to Booker T. He didn't have to. And now JBL holding on to his back. He's already worn down in this matchup. Couple strikes, and now Bailey at belly to Nitro into the pin. Imagine that's it. 1, 2. That actually was pretty close. Nitro, he gets caught there. JBL, a couple strikes to Nitro. Okay, maybe more than a couple. Nitro, he's dazed. And now backslide JBL. Gonna try to steal victory here early on in the matchup 1. Only a 1 count. Nitro, of course, he looks like Johnny Mundo in this game because this is Johnny Mundo. Of course, Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact for TNA. And yes, I still say TNA. Johnny Mundo for Lucha Underground. Johnny Nitro and John Morrison for WWE. So yeah. But since it's based off against the Ruthless Aggression era, you know, it'll be Johnny Nitro here. For the most part. It could also be John Morrison, but we can keep it at Johnny Nitro. Looks more like John Morrison over there. Same person, different names. A whole lot of different names. JBL on top of the rope, trying to measure Nitro, and well, Nitro fell for the bait. Whatever JBL was thinking of, it worked. I definitely thought Nitro was gonna think smarter than that. But anyway, bridge suplex. Not gonna do a bridge though. Okay, now he does. Off the Northern Lights suplex I made. It was a Northern Lights suplex without the bridge. Now JBL has him up, spine buster. Learned that one from his good friend Farouk or Ron Simmons. Take your pick, same name. I mean, same person, different name. Same like Nitro. JBL now bit by body drop. Well, he even falls down from the pressure, from all the energy released into doing that move to Nitro. Now Nitro, a clear rope break right there. And now, whoa, close to the camera goes JBL. Nitro now trying to create some separation along with JBL as the match now most likely takes a reset here with the stare down. And who's going to fall first? And it's JBL who does, as Nitro takes him down. Cornered is JBL. Northern Light suplex this time without a pin or a bridge. And now Nitro misses the spin heel kick. JBL, he had that one scouted. He got out of harm's way there, but Nitro misses the grapple. And JBL going to take advantage on the outside here. Nitro missing the grapple off the top rope. JBL saw that one coming a mile away. And now John Bradshaw Layfield takes down Nitro as I slowly start to lose my voice while doing this whole recording. So yeah, that's always fun. Now Nitro ducks underneath the shot. And now a couple strikes for himself, but no inverted Tama drop by JBL. Now Bradshaw has him up inside the ring, goes Nitro. JBL, he has the upper hand here. So far, this has been a pretty back and forth matchup. More back and forth than the last 3 matches. The last 3 matches were squash matches. But now, pretty back and forth here. Another spine buster by JBL into a pin, but, well, it's not a rope break for Nitro. But it's a rope break for Nitro in the case of JBL being the one who has his foot under the rope like an idiot. I hate this submission so much. Nitro could just easily escape it if this game did have an animation for escaping it with a kick or a punch, or I believe you could punch your opponent trying to escape it. JBL flipping off Nitro. Not tapped, but that is Johnny Nitro. Of course, JBL could pull off the close knife from hell out of complete nowhere here, and now a leg lock, and Nitro, he immediately taps out. Well, there you go. JBL wins the matchup against Johnny Nitro. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. 4 matches are now done. 5th and final one. And ladies and gentlemen, it is your main event. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. The Animal, Batista, first one to make his way to the ring. First of 4 men. as he struggles to get inside the ring. Fine. Okay, he's still not inside the ring. Thank you for going inside the ring. Okay, that happened right there. That just happened. Next person is... Who is it? Eddie Guerrero. Of course, this easily could be a world title match, as it was in No Mercy 2005. Of course, Batista retained. So the next person, I will assume, is Randy Orton, because Undertaker always has to come out first. So, yeah. Getting a steel chair is Eddie. Lied, cheating, and stealing. Most likely the way Eddie is going to go by in this matchup, like he does for every other matchup. So this is going to be pretty good. Also, no disqualifications in this fail 4-way, of course. So, yeah. And now Orton, he's just going to act like an idiot and not walk up the apron or the stairs. Yeah, sure, go through the table, because it's just going to glitch and not perfectly match up with the ring apron. Okay, yeah, walk around, will you? Or do that. Or bring it inside the ring. Okay, thank you, that was easier. This is idiotic. This is so idiotic. Undertaker. Here we go. These entrances are taking forever, only because Batista and Randy Orton are idiots. Taker, don't do a mistake here. Oh, thank God. Okay, fine. So Guerrero and Taker are the only ones to know how to do an entrance in this game. Kind of looks like Wrestling Empire with the shadows there. Anyway, matchup has now begun. Chokeslam by Taker immediately to Batista. I don't know how the table broke, but it broke during Taker's entrance. And Guerrero with a drop kick to Orton. Batista gets big boot for his troubles. Man, Taker had no mercy against Batista. Vintage Orton by Orton to Guerrero with the DDT. Orton on top of the rope, waiting for... Okay, he's gonna think about it. We're gonna think against it, I mean. Batista now swinging. Gets swinging. He's getting swinged by Undertaker, I mean. The Cesaro swing. Taker shouldn't be doing that at his age. What if it's in the game or what if it's in real life? Shouldn't be doing that. But that just happened. And now Taker, Batista. They have their distance. Eddie Guerrero now for camera. Well, at least had the camera now. In the corner. Now Taker and Orton just double gaining Eddie for a short period of time there. Batista with a steel chair. Let's go. This matchup's all over the place. This is a mess, same like the other fail forward that we had on Raw for the day title. Well, no surprise, the CPU is going to be all over the place, let's be honest here. Not going to be a fail for elimination. If it was a fail for elimination, I guess this matchup would have been longer. And I guess it also, you know, will bring in more variety of endings, I guess. I don't know. Taker now. That was going to get thrown into a ring by Eddie, but no. Gets thrown against the ring apron. And now Orton, well, had Batista already there. This camera angle is horrible. I'm not sure if I want to change it or not, but I'm thinking about it, but no. Taker now. Yeah, this is... It's not going all that well. This is equally a mess as the fail forward that we had on Raw, or is this much of a bigger mess as Guerrero takes down, I think that was Batista. And now Taker has him up. Takes him down. Randy Orton now getting back to the outside of the ring. Taker of the briefcase. Orton super hold to Batista, trying to wear down Batista. And of course, can this match up against Raw's champions? Raw's World Tag Team Champions are the Hardy Boys. SmackDown's WWE Tag Team Champions are the Road Warriors. Why is it always in contain all? The camera angle. Yeah. SmackDown's United States Champion, of course, is Chris Benoit, compared to Raw's Intercontinental Champion, which is Ric Flair. And Raw's WWE Champion is Triple H. He won the fail for it. SmackDown's World Heavyweight Champion could be Batista, Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, or Randy Orton as Orton with an RKO to Eddie on the outside. Taker's gonna take control of the pin. Can try to steal victory there, but no. As of course Orton breaks up at 1, and now Orton victory row to Eddie. But Taker breaking that up with camera moments ago. Wow, this match is all over the place. Can we just get back inside the ring so at least it could be more of an accurate representation of this matchup, because this matchup would never be that out of place in real life, to be fair. Go there. It's the CPU. Batista telling Eddie to bring it, and Eddie does bring it. Just dropkicks Batista into the steel steps. Wow. And Orton dropkicks Batista into the barricade. Dropkick mania here by both Orton and Eddie to Batista. Eddie falls on top of the steel steps with a dropkick from Eddie, and then falls out of the steel steps onto the barricade. No, into the crowd over the barricade by Orton. Wow. Okay then. That happened. That was pretty cool. Taker now creates a separation here. He's on like the very far side of the ring. And now Orton has him up. Samoan drop to Eddie Guerrero to the outside off the ring apron. And Eddie's just not gonna sell it. Taker gets dropkicked for his troubles. But now goes to the outside of the ring. Batista now, what's he doing here? On the barricade. Don't know what that was for. Taker trying to pick his poison. Are Eddie, Batista, or Orton? They're all gaining up on Taker now. Batista fails. Orton. Now he tries. He fails. Eddie join forces with Taker now. Undertaker. Again, well, double gained. Once again, he takes down Batista and Orton. Batista and Orton trying to reunite Evolution here against Undertaker. Not gonna let that happen. Taker, public enemy number 1, and everyone is failing against Undertaker until Orton finally takes it down for a dropkick, creating distance with the strike. Momentary alliance. Probably need to go back to doing it now because Taker's back up and he's not happy, and I don't blame him. But now Batista with the steel chair. Eddie didn't want none of that steel chair shot from Batista. Doesn't want to get hit by the animal. And now Taker gets sent to ropes by Eddie. Runs into Randy Orton. Does Taker and Eddie the only one to stand up here. What happened to Randy Orton there? I got no idea. Batista clips the table. Dropkick by Eddie. So many dropkicks in this matchup. Taker the only one standing. And Eddie, he's getting stalked here. Taker has him up and down. Almost for the last ride. Eddie just slips out of it. And now Taker gets dropkicked once again. And now Orton has the legs of Batista. Eddie trying to do something with Taker. Off the ropes goes Batista. Perhaps into Taker. Yes, he does. Orton sets up where he was doing perfectly. If he was setting that up or whatever. Whatever happened, I guess. Orton now getting sent to the other corner. Almost gets caught by Batista there. Taker now trying to get into the fray. But Eddie just gonna stop him midway with the Bulldog. Batista telling Eddie to bring it once again. Specifically always aiming the taunt at Eddie Guerrero. And there goes Eddie to the outside of the ring via the Undertaker. Batista now on the outside. Orton being smart about it. Gaining his recomposure. Gaining his energy back on the outside. I mean on the inside. Or not, because everything has failed. Because why not change the camera angle as well? Well, ladies and gentlemen, not gonna lie, this match is kind of all over the place, so this is gonna be difficult to try and keep up with the camera angles. So yeah, and I feel like I'm kind of starting to get a cold now. Anyway, now Batista and Taker on the ring apron. Taker gonna take a nasty fall on the outside, and yes, he does across the ring post as well. Okay, then that was an amazing spot. Taker now, Orton with a kick to Eddie moments ago. Taker trying to set something up with the table. Definitely no one is safe now. Eddie almost run into Taker. So many people run into Undertaker. And German suplex by Eddie Guerrero to Randy Orton. Taker now. A strike across Eddie. Batista not doing too well for himself, because now he's weakened. Matchup is all over the place. Of course, if we are to have Undertaker as World Heavyweight Champion, you definitely gotta think that is going to be a very difficult and tough task for both Orton, Batista, and Eddie to just simply try and, I don't even know anymore, but to just win the title is a difficult task. This matchup is a little bit easier against Undertaker because they could easily turn into a 3-on-1 handicap situation against Undertaker. But so far they really haven't, besides a short period to go. Back suplex through a table. Batista not going to sell the move. What? I'm confused. I am confused, but it's like that hurt Taker more than Batista. Whatever, because that makes sense. Taker now elbow to Eddie. Orton, couple strikes to Batista on the ground, and now Taker, can he pick up the victory? He almost does with the ankle lock until Orton to break it up with the drop kick. Pretty back and forth match for all four of these. Man, Batista takes down Eddie to the pin in front of Taker and Randy Orton. Not the wisest of decisions, of course. If this match does split up into two one-on-one matches, for example, Orton and Batista, and Eddie and Taker, then we definitely got a more likely chance of, no pinfall breakups or no submission falls. Wow, submission breakups, because they'll be like split up, but perhaps one matchup on the outside of the ring, one matchup in the inside of the ring. Of course, pinfalls and submissions count anywhere, to be fair. So yeah, and now Orton gets slapped by Taker. Taker sends Eddie into Orton. Batista now has Undertaker, and Batista sends Taker into the ropes. Taker he doesn't ricochet off the ropes. He doesn't come back ever. Stops himself dead in his tracks. Taker come back to hunt Batista, perhaps with a steel chair or not. And now Randy Orton. I still am kind of losing my voice here, so this is not working all that well. This is not that good. Eddie, he's limping. He's been taking a whole lot of damage in this matchup. Taker has been pulling off the most amount of damage to all these men, but Eddie takes down Batista. And Orton with another drop kick to Eddie. Can we stop it with the drop kicks? And now Batista, couple strikes to Orton. And RKO by Batista to Randy Orton. Wait, hold on. What reversal? And now Batista's not going to break it up. Are you kidding me? Orton just almost got pinned with an RKO by Batista, but almost got pinned by Undertaker. That was very confusing here. Taker now sends Orton to the ropes. Oh man. Taker, German suplex. Wait, what? Well, that's his back finisher. That's not the front finisher. The front finisher is the Tombstone Powerbomb, and that's a very underwhelming matchup right there. Undertaker's World Heavyweight Champion. There you go. 37 minutes, 15 seconds, about for the 37 minutes and 14.3 seconds exactly. For all those matches combined. There you go. That's Humorous Mode. There you go. Week 1 of Smackdown it's done. That Fatal 4-Way matchup is now done. Quick explanation for this. Raw Week 1 was way more enjoyable than Smackdown Week 1. Pretty underwhelming. That Fatal 4-Way matchup, I didn't like it that much. I don't want to say it sucked. Although I was about to say it sucked, and I said it sucked like 3 or 4 times now, because it really did. The Raw Fatal 4-Way matchup was slightly better. Of course, it's all around the place because the CPU, doesn't know how to handle this, I guess, or make it accurate. And I really don't want to choreograph the matches, so it's the best thing I could do. Also, the CPU is just going to play all the matches, so yeah. That's how it goes. Raw was better. It had better one-on-one matches, to be fair. It definitely had a better tag team matchup, and it had a slightly better Fatal 4-Way. So SmackDown didn't do all that well here. But hey, you guys can say which one you liked better if you want to. Next up for Humorous Mode, Raw Week 2 coming out on Monday. Hopefully I actually don't get lazy and actually bar to record and upload a Booker Revolution Humorous Mode video, which next up has to be ECW Week 20. So that's that. Thank you all for watching the video. See you on the next one. And goodbye.